No, no monitors.
Monitors are off. Here they come. They're coming. Good morning.
Not yet.
You're an announcer. You'll be called on the beginning. Yes. It actually says your name in the script.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. We've got everything cooking here. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the River Road Unitarian Universalist Congregation. I'm Reverend Karen Rasmussen, your Associate Minister for Pastoral Care, and it is so good to see you all here this morning. If this is your first time here in person, we welcome you. We hope you'll stop by the welcome table right out there so we can get to know you and help you get connected. For those watching live on YouTube, please feel free to join in the chat with our online host. If you're watching at a later date and have questions, please visit our website to learn how to connect to us. Today at 2 o'clock, our own beloved Dr. Schwei will present a piano concert right here at River Road. Tickets are $25 at the door. This is an auction item from the 2024 Spring Services Auction. Please mark your calendars for a social justice weekend right here at River Road, February 15th and 16th. We'll have a Saturday workshop, a special guest speaker on Sunday, followed by a congregational conversation on social justice engagement and opportunities. A special email with details and a brief survey will be sent out to you this Wednesday. And this Saturday, all are invited to an interfaith gathering at Arlington in honor of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Enjoy gospel, folk, and other musical selections from the UUCA, that's the UU congregation in Arlington, from their sanctuary singers, the UUCA jazz band, and other special guests. Area clergy will share the original language of King's speeches and the sermons with us. Details for all of our programs and upcoming events can be found on our website at rruuc.org. And now we would like to welcome Rob Neuter with a special invitation from our Leadership and Nominations Committee. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you, Karen, and morning, folks. I'm Rob Neuter, a member of the Leadership and Nominations Committee, which is responsible for recruiting and proposing slates of candidates for the RRUUC Board and the LNN Committee. We will propose a slate of candidates of 3 board members and 4 LNN committee members to serve starting after the annual meeting in June. We are enlisting candidates now, which includes identifying individuals who are willing to serve, vetting them to make sure that they meet the qualifications required of serving on these committees and the board, and considering their leadership attributes based upon the history of involvement here at River Road. You, the members, will vote on those slate of candidates that we propose at the annual meeting. My job today is to encourage you to consider nominating individuals who you think would be good members of these 2 leadership bodies, including making self-nominations. Last week in Beth and Reverend Connie's parts of the program, we heard that the light of a congregation comes from its people. This is so true, and let me extend that metaphor just a little bit further. The leadership of the congregation is responsible for directing and focusing that light to appropriately address the critical issues that we face as a community. We are fortunate to have an abundance of resources to us here at River Road. We have incredibly talented people, superb facilities, and ample financial means available to us. We must use them wisely. We will be bringing in a new minister during the term of the board that will be serving next year, and a new minister will bring new ideas for worship and managing the staff and programs within the congregation. We must have talented and strategic individuals engaged at the elected leadership level to work with the settled minister in defining our future. This isn't an easy job. Believe me, I know. I served on the board for 4 years during the early part of Reverend Nancy's tenure, but I can categorically state that it is one of the most fulfilling and rewarding volunteer positions I have ever filled. The 3-year term that board members will serve starting in June will be transformational for River Road over the next decade or more. There's a quote from Jocko Willink, a retired naval officer, that I like to rely on, which says, "Leading people is the most challenging and therefore most gratifying undertaking of all human endeavors." We are all busy people. There are always competing pressures for our time and attention, but there is also a reciprocal relationship for membership at River Road. You not only receive spiritual, intellectual, and social fulfillment, but you also should be giving back your talents and your service. I hope that you will consider not only nominating others, but nominating yourself for these important leadership positions within our congregation. This is the first and one of the most important actions in harnessing the light of our people in redefining this congregation and this community. After the service, I'll be at the coffee hour, and Lisa Moore will be at the L&N table in the coffee room. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.
Well, I've been a member for quite a while, and I think it's important to be able to give back. I also looked at it as an opportunity to learn a little bit more about River Road, and I did. And it gives us an opportunity to say these people have participated in one area or another and made significant changes or additions to the congregation, and we get to be able to recognize them.
Yeah, I decided to serve on the Board of Trustees because I really wanted to grow my relationship with River Road. I would come on Sundays and listen to service, and the kids would go to RE, and then we'd get in the car and go back and come back again the next Sunday. And I knew there could be so much more. So I think the best thing about my service really was the opportunity to expand my relationship with people that I didn't know.
Getting to meet some people really and getting to know them and work with them, it was a very good experience. They need a variety of talents. If you've been a member of the congregation, you give in various ways, and this is a really good way to give back. You feel like you have been able to participate in something that is meaningful and gives recognition for other people's hard work.
By being a board member, I really began to feel like River Road was a home for me and a place that I could come to. And I do remember pulling in the driveway one day and driving up toward the building and just feeling like I was at home all of a sudden.
Good morning. Today is Circle Day, if you haven't figured that out already. And we will begin our time together by lighting our chalice, the chosen symbol of our faith, with these words by Leah Dorland Jones. As we light this flame, we remember friends and loved ones near and far, and we give thanks. As the fire burns brightly, we open our minds and hearts to new ways of being, and we feel alive. As the room glows with warmth and kindness, we extend our circle ever wider to welcome those who want to come in, and we know love. Please rise in body or spirit as you are willing and able, and let's sing our opening hymn, number 347, Gather the Spirit.
Before I start the story, I'd just like to invite any kids or anyone of any age who would like to come sit down here on the carpet squares at any time during the service. You are more than welcome. In the back, we have some extra coloring sheets that relate to the story, so you're also welcome to those. This is The Circles All Around Us, written by Brad Montag. We begin by drawing a circle on the ground along each shoe. A safe little place just for one person. Nobody in the circle but you. You could keep that circle closed to everyone but yourself. But that would be like a library with just one book on the shelf. So let's draw a bigger circle for you and your family to share. Now, you see what all can happen in a circle full of care. It becomes a happier circle as more loved ones come to stay. And wouldn't it be even better if all your friends came over to play? So you stretch and draw your circle even bigger than it's been, and let a few more people know they're welcome to come in. In the circles all around us, everywhere that we go, there's a difference we can make and a love we can all show. Yet, there are still so many outside the circle who are different in all they do. Though it feels slightly uncomfortable, or maybe a lot, we draw a bigger circle for them too. It doesn't mean the circle is easy. It can get harder the more we share. But wonderful things can happen when love is known and felt everywhere. As time passes, our eyes open, we see others we really care for. And that's when we ask ourselves, well, what's the circle really for? So let us create bigger circles all around us for the rest of our days. Let our caring ripple out in a million little ways. In circles all around us, everywhere we go, there's a difference we can make and a love we can all show. As our circles grow and grow, and we watch them wonder-eyed, remember the first circle started with just the love that you hold inside.
Our theme today is circles. The circles of which we are all a part. The circle of life, the circle of community, the circle of this big blue marble that we call home. There are no boundaries really for our circle. Our circle of concern can be infinite, including all creatures, all humans, all things, all of nature in our concern. And so it is each week we pause to name our joys and our sorrows and the feelings that we are experiencing within our circle. This week is a hard week for many of our friends and loved ones in California. As the fires continue to burn, it's easy sometimes for us to say, that's out there. That's not us. That is us. Our families, our friends, our loved ones, our sibling congregations are at risk. Let us all hold them in love and in prayer. Let's wish for them safety, resilience, and comfort in these difficult times. The UU Disaster Fund will be available to support any congregation, any person in need. We don't only help UUs. So there are ways that you can make donations to the Disaster Relief Fund, and we will make sure that that is included again in the newsletter this week. But you can also click to donate by going to uua.org and typing disaster in the search bar. We also hold within our circle of concern this morning those who continue to be affected by this weather. When it is cold, sometimes we forget those who are unhoused, who don't have the luxury of just coming inside and lighting a fire or turning up the heat a little bit. Please remember those who are suffering. I also ask this morning that you remember those who continue to struggle with illness at this time, with despair, with loneliness, and many who are dealing with the anxiety and uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen after the next presidential inauguration. We are still wondering what will come next. What new direction will we pursue? What actions will we need to take as Unitarian Universalists to protect those who are most vulnerable in the coming months and years? If you are a federal employee or an affiliated, somehow connected to that, and you are concerned with your employment status, if you are in search of pastoral care, please see me. We are working as a group of congregations in the area to support our UU federal employees who may need assistance. We'll also be offering a career workshop for those who need assistance in finding new employment. And it's open to anyone, not just federal employees. If you are looking for a space to just be, on MLK Day, ICMW will be hosting a meditation retreat here at River Road. There are still some spaces left, and it will be an open space of quiet and contemplation and solace. So I invite you now to just get settled. Get settled in your skin, settled in your seat. Put your feet on the floor and take a deep breath. And think of all the circles to which you belong. The circle that's within your own heart that starts with you. The circle of your birth and chosen family. The circle of your friends. the circle that includes this congregation, the circle that is your community, the circle that includes those that you work or volunteer with, the DMV region, the states of Maryland and Virginia, the United States, the wider world, the circle of all creation. See yourself as a dot in that circle. Let your love and your warmth and your courage and your strength exude from your soul and touch all of those within your broad circles of concern. Take another breath with me. And let's return. This morning, we made available to you a circles challenge. There are copies of this all around. If you need one, you can raise your hand and we'll get you one. But this is 25 things that you can do to make life brighter in all the circles around you. It doesn't have to be a great, grand effort. You can do something small within your circle. Sit with someone. Listen, interview an older or younger relative or a friend. Think about the ways that you can brighten the days of an animal in your circle. Maybe spread some birdseed. This is a challenge for you. And I'll be curious to hear from you in the coming days and weeks how many of the things in the circle in this challenge you were able to accomplish. For now, I invite you to join me in a moment of silent meditation, reflection, and prayer, after which we will sing Spirit of Life. In support of our congregation and the community beyond, our morning offering will now be received. We do so mindful of the fact that we draw water from wells we did not dig, and pick fruit from trees we did not plant. And this is as it should be, so long as we dig and plant for those who come after. If this is your first time visiting, please feel free to let the basket pass you by. Your presence is your gift to us. For those wondering how to give or how we use the funds that are collected, you may visit our website at rruuc.org. And if you choose to give online, you may do so at the website, or you can also give via text at 73256. That's 73256. I thank you sincerely for sharing your time, your talent, and your treasures. Sweet. As we think about our circles, sometimes it's easy to think of wanting them to stay small, of wanting to just be with our like-minded folks, just wanting to be with those that we know, not really wanting to expand too much because we don't want to change too much. But in reality, what we have learned as Unitarian Universalists, especially over the last 5 years in our faith, is that no one is outside the circle of love. Over the last several years, we have done so much work to widen the circle of Unitarian Universalism. We have always been an evangelical faith. That is the roots of universalism, is to go and spread the message of what we are, what we believe, and what we think is possible for the world. And with that message in mind, no one can be outside the circle of concern. So this morning, we invite you to join us in a litany that was written during what I call the summer of our discontent in Unitarian Universalism. In response to some of the things that were happening in the faith, this litany was written by Reverends Susan Frederick Gray and Erica Hewitt. And this is participatory, so you have a part. Let's begin. We know that hurt moves through the world, perpetrated by action, inaction, and indifference. Our values call us to live in the reality of the heartbreak of our world, remembering that no one is outside the circle of love. That's your part. Repeat with me. No one is outside the circle of love. Okay, remember that. You're going to do that on cue.
We who are Unitarian Universalists not only affirm the inherent worth and dignity of every person, we also affirm the inherent wholeness of every being, despite apparent brokenness. And now's your part. No one is outside the circle of love.
We know that things break or break down. Promises, friendships, sobriety, hope, and communication. This breaking happens because our human hearts and our very institutions are frail and imperfect. We make mistakes. Life is messy, and still, no one is outside the circle of love.
With compassion as our guide, we seek the well-being of all people. We seek to dismantle systems of oppression that undermine our collective humanity. We believe that we're here to guide one another towards love. No one is outside the circle of love.
No matter how fractured we are or once were, we can make whole people of ourselves. We are whole at our core because of the great, unnameable, and sometimes inconceivable love in which we live. Because no one is outside the circle of love.
We are held together in our circles by love. And now we're going to make a more physical representation of that. Those of you who are on the center aisle, or there's one in packets like this under your chair, and there should be a packet up in the balcony, or two, I think there are 2 packets up in the balcony. Go ahead and grab this. Take out the strips of paper and pass them down the line. Take one to pass it along. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. It's all makes sense in my head. I just have to make sense to you. All right, then after you have started passing the paper down the line, take the pen and write your name pretty nice and big on the paper and pass the pens down the line so everyone will have a strip of paper with their name on it. Oh, yeah. Here. Take one to Carmen. Now, the next step, for those of you who started the line, you're ready for the next step. Glue stick. Take your paper, and you're going to put 1 dot of glue on the side with your name, and then on the other end, on the side without your name. Just the first person for now. And then hold those 2 together so your name is on the outside. Just hold it with your thumb for a few minutes, for about a minute or so. And then pass the glue stick to the next person. They'll put glue on one side with their name, one side without their name. And then that second person is going to loop it through the first person's. I know. And do that all the way down the line, just within your row to start. Yeah. Oh, wait, this one's undone already. Yeah, there we go. Noodling. Good. All right, we have to get close together. Perfect, this is perfect.
So whenever you want to go to the next step, start talking.
Yeah. I'm just watching the scene. So when your row is completed, your chain, go ahead and hold it up so I can see who's finished their chains. Okay. And then Reverend Connie is coming around to connect our rows chains together, so we'll end up with one giant chain. Or just, you can connect to the row next to you. Oh, you mean next to me. All right, I think we have all of our links together, binding us physically as well as spiritually. Just go across the room.
And then we'll make one giant circle with it.
Oh.
And we're going to hang it as a reminder. And do we have any coming down from there? Yes, we'll get those and we're going to put them all together in one big circle and we're going to hang them on the wall somewhere as a reminder that no one is outside the circle of love. Look at your big giant circle. Yay!
Well done.
Well done, well done.
You're gonna announce him.
I think it's time for us to sing a song. Please rise in body or spirit. because this will get you ready for the last activity of the day, so stay standing when you're done. Let's sing Love Will Guide Us, number 131. Okay, so we have something a little different. Yeah, I know, I heard that. Oh boy, what's she doing now? Wahaha, it involves sugar. It involves chocolate. It involves yumminess. Yeah, you're ready, huh? So, in keeping with our theme of circles, and remembering our story where they had donuts, well, donuts are kind of hard to do. We have circular Oreos and circular little gluten-free vegan rice cakey things. And gluten-free Oreos. But what I wanted to share with you all, seriously, is kind of an Oreo communion, a circular communion. When you think about these Oreos and these cookies and the rice cakes and all the things that are in them, there's sugar, there's eggs, there's goodness, there's chocolate, there's all the stuff. And it's all combined to make these wonderful sweet treats. These circular treats that you can take apart, you can split them up, lick the center, you can do whatever you want. But they are still a circle of goodness with something sweet in the middle, like all of you. So you are invited to have one or two or more Oreos. Okay, maybe one or two. So on the top shelf, the big white tray, these are regular Oreos. There's regular chocolate-filled Oreos, mint-filled Oreos, and what's the other one? Chocolate, mint-filled, and regular. Gluten-free Oreos, we have golden, mint, and regular. And then there are s'mores and cinnamon roll flavored rice cakes. Okay? So as you take one, you know, if you want to do the communion thing and have us bless you while you're doing it, you may do that. But I think it's sufficient that you just take one and enjoy it as a reminder of our time together in this place. Go for it. I'll come down aisle by aisle, and you can come over and get one. They're coming. Okay, let me come this way, and then you can come in. Peace has tried us, love inside us will come away on the road from. Remember, there's gluten-free and vegan on the bottom. Love will guide us through the hard nights. Oh. Okay. Welcome. Oh, don't forget that. I'm coming that way. Gluten-free on the bottom, regular on the top. Okay. There you go. I'm going to come around that way. You like the cookies? Okay. Come on in, John. Get your cookie. All right. I will bless all these in a minute. Don't forget the gluten-free on the bottom. You're welcome. Or even the s'mores rice cakey things.
I'm a traditionalist.
Okay, regular up on the top.
Regular on top, and I'm gonna take Christmas as well.
Okay. Mint is the green stuff. There's regular ones and gluten-free mint ones. They're up here. Regular on top. Okay. Oops, did you get it? Okay. All right.
Do I get a blessing?
You will. We will. I just got to get them. Okay. I'm coming this way. Okay. Whoops. Thank you. Did you get yours? Okay. Whoops. Okay, I'm coming around. You're welcome. Okay. Cookies? Okay. Cookies, come here. Yes, you can have more. You're welcome. You're welcome. There you go. Did you get some? We still have to put the chalice out. Okay. You're welcome. Oops, that's okay. The cookies will go to coffee hour, so don't worry if you didn't get one. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Does everyone have a cookie? Hey, Cliff. Okay, I know that giving people sugar is an invitation to lose the room. The best Oreos around. I love that. So this morning, as you enjoy your circles of goodness, come back with me. We're not done yet. Come back with me. Come back with me. As we enjoy our circles of goodness this morning, let us remember that we are part of the circle of life. And with that, we will do our chalice extinguishing.
We close our time of worship today by extinguishing our chalice and reciting aloud these words by Elizabeth Sella Jones. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. We carry in our hearts until we are together again.
My friends, always remember that your circle is infinite and that no one is outside the circle of love. If you want more, these are going to coffee hour. So please feel free to come down the hall and enjoy a cookie. And that concludes our worship service for today.